Alrighty, guys, we're back for Simic Doppelgang, and this is a Dragonstorm Standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, we built this together over on the Twitch channel, and this was a suggestion over in the Discord, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It's gonna be a fun one. We have all four Doppelgang, triple X green and a blue sorcery speed. For each of X target permanents, create X tokens that are copies of that permanent. Nice. We're going to be pairing this with a top end Virtue of Strength. 7 mana. If you tap a basic land for mana, it produces 3 times as much of that mana instead. So the idea here is to go ahead, copy some of your basics with the Doppelgang, copy some Virtue of Strength with the Doppelgang, then you just have a ton of open mana. Maybe we can bring back that Doppelgang from the grave with level 2 on Stormchaser's talent for 3 and a blue. When this class becomes level 2, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, return the Doppelgang, rinse and repeat. That sounds pretty fun, right? As you can then copy the Stormchaser's talent, and I guess at that point, go infinite, right? So we have a lot of early ramp here, I guess. Well, not a lot of early ramp. We have 3 Glimpse the Core for some early ramp, and I guess we can count Clifftop Lookout as kind of sort of early. Spelunking, all 4 of these making the cut. We do have a cave theme in here, guys, so I don't know if we see this enough, honestly. I'll go over it real quick. It's a 3 mana enchantment. When this enchantment enters, draw a card. So it's going to be a great target for the Doppelgang already if we just want some extra card draw. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you put a cave onto the battlefield this way, you gain 4 life, and 4 life is pretty significant, guys. That's a chunk of life. Lands you control enter untapped. That is also pretty significant here. So more ramp packed in. We have Invasion of Zendikar making the cut as a 3 of. Also have a couple Overlord of the Hauntwoods too. We can do some rearranging for the impending cost on the Overlord, of course. We have some card draw packed in with Stock Up, helping us grab the combo out of the list. We have some essential removal with Aetherize. I guess we don't really want to count it as removal, but more so tempo plays, right? Return all attacking creatures to their owner's hands. 3 of them for a very good reason, and depending on what we're up against today, we might even want to consider all 4 of them too. We have ways to grab things back from the grave outside of the level 2 on the Stormchaser's talent. We actually have an Auroral Procession here. It's a 2 mana instant speed rock and Simic colors. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Nice. Also, the adventure side on the Virtue, for 1 green mana sorcery speed, return target creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. But you'll notice I didn't do some rearranging because I actually don't know how often the adventure comes in handy in here, but we'll see, won't we? We have a couple Cosmium Confluence working with the caves. It's a 5 mana sorcery. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Search your library for a cave card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle, or put 3 +1/+1 counters on a cave you control. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land, or destroy target enchantment. Cool stuff. On the top end, we also have a 1 of Titania's Command. Ought to do the thing nicely. And more tempo with River's Rebuke, 6 mana sorcery. Return all non-land permanents target player controls to their owner's hand, which should really come in handy, huh? Especially against other fellow mid-range players, right? Okay, in the mana base, guys, we do have 25 total mana. Like I said, we got some caves packed in, 3 Hidden Cataract, and 3 Hidden Nurseries as well. We have 3 Cavernous Maw and 3 Sunken Citadels, a lot of 3 ofs. We also have 3 Fabled Passage. We do have a 1 of Lush Oasis as a land that deals 1 damage to target opponent. When it enters, you can go ahead and copy this with Doppelgang, and this is one of our win conditions actually then, right? Over in the honorable mentions, guys, we thought about more early tempo like Bounce Off. If we want more early tempo, then we might want some counter spells too, so 3 steps ahead could have been pretty cool. I almost considered going the Up the Beanstalk route. If we went the Up the Beanstalk route, we probably would have went all 4 Overlords instead of the couple Clifftop Lookouts too. Main reason to have Clifftop Lookout in here, or that split between 2 and 2, right, is that the Lookout can actually grab some of our caves from the deck list, whereas the Overlord just generates that new land, the Everywhere land. Anyways, if I went up the Beanstalk route, then maybe I would have considered this town a big enough route too, but at that point we're looking at a completely different deck list, so. Okay, guys. I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? Well, if it's anything like it was on the Twitch channel or on stream, then I'm expecting a lot. It was pretty darn good, man. So we'll see, huh? Our blue source is Fable, 25 mana packed in, only 2 in our opener. We should have a great chance of seeing more. Going first is a great sign too. I don't really like this hand, guys, but I'm gonna keep it. Let's give it a shot, huh? We have a turn 2 Stormchaser's talent. I think if the opponent was going first, I think I would have dropped that mulligan. But we're going first. So, I don't know. There's a chance that we're not up against hyper aggro, and there's a chance that we just find a lot of extra mana off the top too then. Of course, Fabled Passage going to be thinning the deck list here. I'm not too concerned about it. Yeah, 25 mana. Okay, Vel'Gavoth's Faithful is a little scary. Invasion of Zendikar, that's pretty good. Definitely want some mana here, though. Or anything that grabs us mana, like Glimpse the Core. Ooh. Might be up against some clerics, guys. Okay, Spelunking is pretty good, but we definitely want some mana. I guess for the turn, it's going to actually be the Adventure on Virtue. Then Fable will still be a tapped land. Then Spelunking might draw us into more land anyways. Alright, so I guess we'll start with Stormchaser's talent. It's not like the Otter has haste, but might as well do things in the proper order. Prowess. I think I'll swing with the Otter too, because I don't plan on chumping. I don't know how much that 3 damage is actually going to matter, though. See, Fable doing more deck thinning. With all the deck thinning, but still wanting to see mana off the top, it's pretty sketchy, actually. It kind of feels like when we're doing a game like this, 26 mana might really come in handy. Yeah, I don't plan on chumping with the Otter, so we might as well get that 3 damage through. And we have the other Otter if we really need to chump. It's probably safe to grab the green source, or a second green source on the Fable too. Okay, I think I'm just going to take the 4. I don't think we're in danger yet. Yeah, mana off the top would be huge, but mana off the Spelunking would be pretty good too, especially if it's a cave. Unholy Annex. Alright, they're tapped out. Let's go ahead and use this Fabled Passage. Grab the green source. Okay. It's going to be another Spelunking, which actually isn't terrible. See if we draw some mana here off the Spelunking. We don't find the mana, guys. It's like I said, though, we thinned the deck list twice from the Fabled Passage. Crap, man. Okay, I'm gonna swing. When it's down to 11. We're probably in danger. Missing mana and a deck list that really, really can't miss mana. But I could have mulliganed as well. They swing for 4 down to 10. No demon. Looks like they missed their 4th mana too, which is huge news for us. Wow, Liliana's pretty good though. Probably Invasion of Zendikar since we have 2 of them, but man, going a couple turns in a row grabbing more land from the deck list could be really good. But no, since we have 2, I'm going to keep... I mean, the Spelunking could help us gain life. Yeah, probably Invasion. Probably. They go down to 9 here. We do find the 4th. That's huge news, man. Oh, buddy. Okay. Now we're talking. Probably Invasion of Zendikar, because we want to ramp right into the Titania. Titania's Command. And we also want to ramp for the Doppelgang too. I don't really know what we want to copy with Doppelgang right now, but yeah. Yeah, let's do it. You guys think we're still safe for next turn? Potentially not if they find their fourth. So maybe we'll flip the Invasion of Zendikar. Based on what's on the board, I guess we split it. Island and Forest. Totally fine. Doppelgang X is 0, huh? We could also swing at Liliana. Now, let's get that 4/4 on the board. Actually, we could tap it for the Spelunking in hand then. It does have haste. That's pretty risky. We kind of risked everything anyway. Let's just go for it, man. We could find a cave here. We don't, but Aetherize is pretty good. Now the -2 on Liliana, we just pop an Otter, so they probably go plus again, especially since they have so many cards in hand. At that point, Aetherize might actually be the discard, as Titania's Command, I mean, if they're not careful, Titania's Command could just win us the game if we get to keep our creatures around. Because of the bottom ability to give +1 counters, they do go for a Bitter Triumph. The discard was a Vel'Gavoth's Faithful, actually. They do go -2 here, also cleaning up an Otter. So we didn't get to keep our creatures, but that's okay. Go down to 6. Now with Titania's Command, they go down to 7. Virtue of Strength. Yeah, 6 mana on the board. So with 2 swamps open, if we go Titania's Command, my hope is that the 2/2 Otter can still clean up the Liliana. Now we don't have X's 2 on Doppelgang yet. We're still 2 away from that. We have 1 copy if we wanted to do 5 mana Spelunking. That's not great. Probably Command. Probably Bears. We could exile their grave, gain 3 up to 9. That doesn't seem that great though. Also, just more ramp is probably better. And the bears for blockers, I suppose. So 2 lands, some bears. We'll see if the Otter can actually get through to the Liliana. There's also a tempting argument to be made against just keeping Aetherize open. And that would also let us do Adventure on Virtue. Bring back the Fable for the turn. That would give us 7 mana for next turn to actually play the Virtue of Strength. Okay, they are going to pop the Otter, unfortunately, with a stab. Oh, you monster. All right, let's get the Lush Oasis down. And maybe like the, probably a Cavernous Maw too then, right? That makes a little bit of sense. And I guess they do come out untapped thanks to Spelunking, so we can bring the Fable out and play the Fable. And do some further deck thinning there, too. So we're at 6. We have to be very careful. I guess it doesn't really matter. But another Forest is fine based on what we have on the board, right? And based on what we have in the deck list, too. All right. Yeah, I think we could die, actually. I don't know what the opponent would have. But a couple pieces of spot removal. And a cheap demon, right? Like the 2 mana demon, and then a cut down, and just another Bitter Triumph, or Go for the Throat, or any other piece of spot removal at that point. Another stab would also get rid of a bear. It could be 2 more stabs, and then they swing with their clerics for 4, and then cheap demon, Unholy Annex would clean it up. With 5 mana though, it could also just be, well, they're going to power up the Soulstone Sanctuary, guys. Wow. Well, they don't want to swing with it because we have the double block from the bear. But they do have the Unholy Annex. Oh, they do decide to sacrifice their Liliana. They do go the -2 route here. That's pretty good because now we got to chump the Soulstone Sanctuary. But it's a demon, so we're dead. Oh no, really good play upon it. They thought it through. That was really good. I guess I guess we weren't safe, huh? Wait. Yeah, dude. Oh no. So if I would have skipped the ramp, on the Titania's command and actually went with the top ability, we'd have less mana on the board, but we would have gained 3 life after exiling their grave. That was good. Yeah, they thought it through very well there. They found that lethal damage. I wasn't even considering the Sanctuary at all. And the fact that it was also able to swing. Yeah, if we would have actually had the double block into the Sanctuary, we would have only taken 4, then their demon would have been off the board too. Oh man, that could have been anyone's game. I probably could have played it out better as well. And then also could have been a mulligan too, so that was really good. That was a good one. Yeah, looking at the Liliana with the double bears on the board, kind of just like anticipating a +1 from the Liliana, but going the -2. There's a lot to talk about there. Ooh, nice. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep this. It's good. It's excellent because we have 2 turns in a row of early Stormchaser's talent. So this is much different than the first hand where we only had turn 2 Stormchaser's talent. And then we were deck thinning early on with the Fable, which was actually pretty bad news for us. So Sunken Citadel. Ooh, Marauding Mako. Right. So the Cataract over the Fabled Passage for now. We can still call green on the Citadel when it comes time to, which we probably end up doing, but we'll also grab a forest with the Fabled Passage too, so. Yeah, hopefully we can ramp to the Doppelgang a little sooner here. Okay, Light Shatter and Dragon Hunt so far. Okay, Cavernous Maw is pretty good. Okay, Sunken Citadel can come down. We will call green with it. I don't plan on blocking with the Otter right now, so we're just going to swing. Totally fine. There's a better chump in this Otter's future. That's the plan, right? A nice big, like, 7/7 Marauding Mako or something. That's what we'll end up chumping. Also, if we don't swing, it could be like another Dragon Hunt or something. Ooh, they go helpful hand. Oh, this is Jeskai discard, guys. Oh, this is scary. This is scary business, man. Yeah, that the Mako's going up to a 5/5. That would have been a pretty good chump, actually. Oh no, it's a 4/4. Okay, good. Well, Aetherize ought to be pretty good. Everything gets replayed pretty easily. At this point in the game, too, now we actually do want to thin the deck list. We wouldn't mind more mana, but we are going to need to see more to deal with this, too. So I'm just going to do this now as well. We're not going to hold it up on the opponent's turn or anything fancy. Grab that forest. Some extra caves in hand for when we see the Spelunking. We have level 2 on the Stormchaser's talent, but nothing in the grave. It'll be pretty good to grab the Aetherize back, maybe. Alright. Keep the Otter. Could probably cheese that one through. But they also might just call our bluff and block it with the Inti. And they might not even worry about it then. Yeah, Aetherize versus... I guess it's Jeskai Mini Reanimator then, right? Marauding Mako, that's one that we're not bouncing back, unfortunately. Wow, fear of missing out. Only going to be bouncing 3 creatures back here, and they still have quite the board state ready for next turn, too. Guys, we're in danger. Also, Oculus going to the grave here. I don't think we want... we don't want to be greedy with the Aetherize. We could block Mako, take 5. Let's see what they do with the Inti. Yeah, I don't think we want to be greedy with Aetherize, but the fact that they still have quite the board state ready to go for next turn too, And Light Shatter has haste as well, guys. They go onto the NT. Mako gets a boost. It's 12 damage. We could block 6. A little bit of patience. Bounce everything back to hand. But Oculus doesn't have haste. If they find something to reanimate that, how long do they get to keep the helping hand? Just till the end of turn, right? Play that card this turn. All right, guys. I don't know if we should have patience here or if we just need to have a great tempo play for the turn. It's really hard to tell. They do play the other Mako. Yep, makes sense. And then we can go ahead and we can grab the Aetherize back from the grave. Overlord is pretty good too. And Cavernous Maw comes out untapped. So maybe we do go for the Overlord play because it gives us ramp. It's a 6/5. We don't see any removal in the opponent's hand right now. Okay, keep the Otter. And then the ramp for the Doppelgang is pretty significant. We could still just go 5 mana for Doppelgang, copy Overlord, and then maybe bring Doppelgang back with the Stormchaser's talent instead of the Aetherize. It's probably going to be Aetherize, though. They boost the Mako. Looks like they're going to get it to a 5/5 so they can accept that trade. Oh, it's a 6/6 actually, guys, and it has Trample from the Inti as well. Oh, buddy, we are stuck between a rock and a hard place for real. Okay, we should block. We should. Blocking our Overlord of the Hauntwoods into a 1 mana card is brutal, but copying the Overlord, yeah, it just doesn't do as much as we'd hope. And the Hidden Cataract's coming down tapped. Yeah, 5 mana, copy Overlord. Yeah, but it's either that or we go down to 8. Okay, well. Also, we have to be careful with the fear of missing out. So accepting this trade while we have it, because next turn, guys, this Mako could be much larger than a 6/6, right? It could go up to like a 9/9. They could still give it trample with the Inti, only they can untap it with the fear of missing out once this swings. And then they'll just swing in again. So yeah. We should trade, especially since there's no guarantee that we'll find like another Aetherize off the top. 2 more in the deck list, and if we had 8 mana next turn, like if we only have 6 on the board, but if we did have 8, then level 2 on the Stormchaser's talent to bring back the Aetherize, I'd feel a little bit more safe about that. But we're not quite there yet. Guys, we're going to go ahead and pause the recording until the opponent shows up. Well, the opponent never arrived, guys. Oh no! And I think that was leaning towards them pretty well too. What do you guys think? A worthwhile trade? We're gonna take 1 down to 13. They'd still have 3 cards on the board. Next turn, Hidden Cataract comes down tapped. If that's all we had, I mean, Doppelgang on some of their creatures isn't even that great. Yeah, so it probably would have been Stormchaser's talent. Level 2, grab the Aetherize back, and then we would have been in a lot of trouble on the next turn with only the Otter to chump. That's assuming if we missed off the top, right? There could have been something pretty good that we saw off the top. Also, we were just 1 cave short from being able to power up the Cavernous Maw, which was in hand with the Hidden Cataract. So, yeah, I would have loved to play that out, but I do think that was heavily leaning towards the opponent. So, well, yeah, let's keep the ball rolling. I think that things can line up a little bit better for us. I do. And when we played it on Twitch, it was kind of really good. So I'm expecting a little bit from the last few games here. And also, guys, speaking of the last few games, while I have you here in the middle of the video, make sure you check out that description where we do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link too. If you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way. Then also, guys, the YouTube side of things, if you like the video, make sure you actually drop it a like. And if you enjoyed the channel, then consider subscribing because it really does help out the channel. So thank you. Guys, opponent goes first. Oh, buddy. I mean, 25 mana in here for a very good reason. We're going to keep it. We're going to risk it. I hope that works out for us. Okay, it's going to be Virtue, which would work out much better if we had Fabled Passage in hand too, but we're going to get our tapped land down for a very good reason. We're going to call blue, but I want to get that down because next turn we could see Glimpse the Core off the top, which is a 3 of in here, so. Okay, Overlord of the Baelmerk. Aetherize number 2. Alright, a little bit of mana. Just a little sprinkle of mana from our deck list. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, guys. Everything's fine. Oh no, guys. Okay. Right, and also we really want it to be a green source too for the Overlord. Oh no. Oh no, what have I done, guys? What have I done? Okay. We will discard one of the stock ups. How do you guys feel about that? That's probably fine. Although, yeah, that's probably okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna need the Aetherize or 2. Yay, we found the mana. It's a tapped land, but it's totally fine. We're just 2 turns behind. We can catch up. We can catch up with some pure value. Also, the opponent didn't play anything last turn, did they? Huh, they're not playing anything. Weird. Well, Overlord gives us actual ramp, but Spelunking. We'll probably draw more mana, right? Yeah, with the opponent not playing anything, Overlord of the Baelmerk's about to power up. Oh, are they playing around counter spells? They might have been. I feel like that's unlikely, though. Yeah, since we had open mana. Hey, there we go, guys. Now we're talking. Back up to 22. They're gonna go Haywire Might on my Spelunking. You monster opponent. No, they're not going to. They're thinking about it. It's totally worth it. The untapped lands from the Spelunking. Okay, they go up to 22 as well. Now they don't swing with the 1/1. Huh? That's pretty good. There's Overlord of the Baelmerk powering up. All right, well, Invasion of Zendikar. Let them swing for 5. They're going to do the mill 4 thing, which is pretty terrifying. They must have all their top end in their hand, and they're just waiting to get more creatures in the grave. Yeah, Invasion of Zendikar. It ramps us right into the Titania's command. Grab blue and green. Totally fine. We have 2 blue sources on the board now, which is probably enough for a while. We'll have the Everywhere eventually from our Overlord too. Yeah, command is going to be essential here because we want to exile their grave. Also, getting a couple 2/2s will be pretty good as well. Grab a Haywire Might and play it back down. That's pretty good for them. Okay. That's all we have is the 6 mana, so we're probably just going to grab more lands off the command and exile their grave. They don't have blue over there, so exile target player's grave, search our library, target player. Yeah, if they had blue, I'd be very scared of a counter spell, because that would be a really good counter for them. Good life gain too, +8. Okay. I think we are okay to grab pretty much anything here. Well, Lush Oasis we should grab, right? And I guess another Sunken Citadel is pretty good. Also Fabled Passage, if we pop it next turn, we'll have the Virtue, but that's probably, it's probably okay to go the Citadel. And we'll call blue on Citadel. All right. All 4 Doppelgangs in here for a very good reason. We have successfully ramped. Luckily, missing that mana early on didn't matter because the opponent was also missing some mana too, or something. Something was going on right early on where maybe they only had a bunch of top end and stuff. Still taking some good damage here, and they still get some good mills as well. They grab another Haywire Might, which is actually terrible news, man, because the Haywire Might pops the Virtue of Strength, pops the Spelunking, does it all at instant speed as well. Doesn't say anything about sorcery on here. So Aetherize being open is going to be good. More mana is excellent, because now we can play our Overlord, get further ramp, and keep the Aetherize open. And then stock up will help us find the Doppelgang when it comes time. I wonder if they even... do they even swing, though, now that the Overlord's on the board? It's going to be pretty huge when it comes time to bring back Titania's command from the grave, right? All 4 of our Stormchaser's talents, and the Procession is in here, too. They do just end up swinging with the Tenacity and the Overlord, which is still a pretty good tempo play from us. We still get some great mill here. Yeah, since we have 2 Aetherize, this is definitely worth it. And it's not worth the trade into the Overlord, because if we see Doppelgang off the top, then our Overlord of the Hauntwoods is just such a good target. The only target right now, actually. Yeah, luckily, Haywire Might reads non-creature artifact. Or non-creature enchantment, too, of course, right? I don't know why I only read the first part of that. 2 Overlords. Okay. We definitely want to exile that grave, huh? Wow. Yeah, let's find something to bring back the command. Plenty of stuff packed in. So we probably go stock up, right? See what we find. Virtue of Strength is probably ready too. No, it's not. Well, yeah. Their Haywire Might's the problem, for sure. So we don't want the Virtue of Strength yet until it's like... what do we do about that Haywire Might, guys? They have another one in hand, too. Cavernous Maw, Hidden Nursery. Yeah, we play our mana, we stock up, we try to find Doppelgang or anything that brings stuff back from the grave, too. We don't. Glimpse the Core and Overlord is probably fine. Splunking's in hand too, if we wanted more life gain off of some of this, but this is probably okay. We'll just play the other Overlord. Do some more deck thinning too. Spelunking number 2 maybe pops one of the mites. Get another mite. Might be able to swing here as well. We can power up the Cavernous Maw with just 1 Sunken Citadel, still have 5 mana open. And skip the Glimpse the Core. That's probably pretty good, because we push some damage through. A lot of tough decisions, man. Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll try to flip the Invasion of Zendikar. I'm pretty sure they chump here. Okay, the Everywhere. Yeah, they chump where we're swinging to the Invasion. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think I like that play from the opponent. They go down to 15. Do you guys think we should play around a Deadly Cover-Up? They go up to 17, because Haywire Might is a pretty legit creature, man. Yeah, I'm not going to play around it. I'm not going to play around the Deadly Cover-Up. We're just going to go for it. Nothing in the grave to bring back with the Adventure side of Virtue. Just target creature or land. Momentum Breaker. All right. Did we know they had that? No, I think there was one in the grave earlier. So we'll sacrifice the tapped Overlord. Totally fine. They still only have 2 open mana now, though, so they're definitely missing some land. At some point here, they've been missing land. Haywire Might comes down, and this is the last one we need to get rid of before we play the Virtue of Strength, for sure. All right. The Overlords really are impending over there. A few turns away now. They got the 1 green open. Aetherize. I'm going to start with some card draw here. And we don't want to forget, we do have the sacrifice on the Hidden Nursery as well. Discover 4. But I don't really know. Oh, nice draw. Wow. Up to 23. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. Right? Power up the Cavernous Maw. Yeah, so probably if we can get that other chump from the Might, we can start focusing on playing these Virtues then, because at least we have 2 of them. It'll take a couple turns in a row, which is probably a problem with the Overlord. They got 20 cards remaining. There is so much that we could see off the top that would be so good, man. Anything to bring back the Titania's command from the grave, number one. Any of our 4 doppelgangs would be insane too. Because even if we're missing stuff on our board, we can still doppelgang copy the Overlord of the Baelmerk and still have a pretty good time with that too, right? But I think more importantly as well, once the Virtue's on the board, copying basics too. Or we do have Lush Oasis to copy once we have enough basics. Tap with the Virtue too. We'd need a way to bring the Doppelgang back to really pop off with it, but yeah, we'll see, won't we? All right, guys. Oh, I was about to say we'll pause until the opponent shows up, but there we go. Let's go ahead. Swing here, swing here. Yeah, one thing too is we could use the Hidden Cataract or the Nursery to discover, then glimpse the core to bring back a cave from the grave, which would be pretty good. Yeah, we could full swing at the invasion, but it makes more sense for me to swing wide when we're still trying to squeak damage through, you know? They go up to 13 here. So there's the Haywire Mites are gone, so I am just gonna try the Virtue. And I'm sorry, opponent. We have to like take the time to tap 7. Oh dear. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Get the Virtue down. You want your basics to be open, essentially. Okay, and then we still have Discover 4 on the Hidden Cataract. Or we could just keep the Aetherize and stuff. No, they're out of creatures. We could play the other Virtue. Yeah, they probably don't have a way to pop both of them this turn. That's fine. All right, we have all the mana, bro. Let's see those doppelgangs. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Discovering on these could also run us into doppelgang, but we just put it into our hand instead, so... Dredger's Insight. Where is their 5th mana? I actually kind of feel bad because it's been quite a few turns for them to miss. There they go. They find their 5th mana. Holy cow. That was the turn, though. Spelunking. Glimpse the core. Let's see what we find. We have a really good just full swing at the opponent's face, too. But we still want to do this, probably. Hidden Cataract. Excuse me, game. Excuse me. Tap. Oh, we need the blue source for that? Okay, yeah, there we go. All right, let's discover 4. Yeah, watch out for auto tapper with this one, guys, for real. And then glimpse the core can bring back the Hidden Nursery. Well, actually, there you go. We'll do that right now. Return cave. Hidden Nursery. This is pretty sick. This is pretty sick, huh? All right, we can go ahead and tap another forest. Discover 4. Now we're searching, man. Now we're searching. Hey. Ooh. That's pretty good. Let's grab that Titania's command. That Titania's command should be like the nail in the coffin here, guys, but we'll see. That means we'll go ahead and power up the Cavernous Maw. And we're going to exile their grave and boost our creatures. How do you guys feel about that? More land from the deck list? Nah. Just boost the creatures. Target player. We're going to gain 22 and exile their grave. Unless they have something here. Oh, they do gain life on the insight, but it's just once. So that does keep them in, though. So I guess we want to keep going then. Until we find lethal damage. Which I suppose we could here. Clifftop Lookout. Okay, nice. We're hitting pretty well, but we're really looking for the doppelgang. Fabled Passage. Okay. Oh, grab a basic, I guess. Grab a forest. And then tap the forest. Glimpse the core. Cave. Hidden Nursery. We'll find it. find it, guys, right? Doppelgang? Anyone? Stormchaser's talent is pretty good. I wonder if they just have some spot removal here. Good game, opponent. Good game. Yeah, we had so much mana. Some spot removal would have kept them in one more turn, right? Pop the Overlord before the swing. What we were going to do was 4 mana on Stormchaser's talent, bring back the Titania's command, and then boost our creatures again for an extra 4 damage. An extra 4 damage on the 2 that we were swinging with. Guys, we missed the Doppelgang, but holy cow, if we would have seen the Doppelgang, then this was the game, right? This was the one. Now, it took the opponent having a pretty slow start equal to our slow start as well. What was that, guys? We got an achievement. What is it? Win a game on the same turn, you sacrifice 6 or more permanents. Huh. That's a pretty good one, man. That's cool. Ooh, the ambitious. Ooh, that's pretty cool, actually. I like that. All right, guys, let's go talk about the deck list, huh? Yeah, for that last game, the opponent missing mana for all those turns, if they would have found more mana, if they would have had 6 or 7 mana, I think it would have been a little bit more back and forth in that mid to late game that we were actually in. But I still think at some point in that match, it was probably heavily leaning towards us, even if they found more mana. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments for sure. Yeah, this is a Doppelgang build, man. This is what I'm talking about. This is a lot of fun. Doppelgang, I brought this up on Twitch, and I might have brought it up at the beginning of the video. I forget. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, Simic card in Standard. So now it's not terribly hard to become my favorite Simic card, but it's so much fun. It's so cool on so many levels, and boy, it would have been awesome to see in that last game to really pop off with it, but also just having the deck list showcase itself beautifully. We got to showcase why we had caves in here, and honestly, Spelunking is enough reason sometimes to have caves. 25 mana for a very good reason. I would consider 26, honestly. I don't know what I would drop, though. I don't, so I don't even, yeah, I don't know. A Cosmium Confluence down to 1 maybe, but it would have been nice to see this today. It would have been really nice to see this, but since we didn't, I could see it go down to 1 just for the 26 mana. Then you're going to flood out sometimes too, and then you're going to be like, if I don't see mana off the top, we'll be good to go, right? But and then we also want to consider the 4th Aetherize, depending on what meta you are seeing. Aetherize is an absolute MVP versus is it Corey Steelcutter, which is everywhere. Sometimes when you sit down to play, it's every other game. And so Aetherize is essential. And then sometimes it's essential just to go first. So that way, on their turn 3, you'll actually have an Aetherize ready, which is kind of hard to do sometimes. So, but, you know, Glimpse the Core helps us ramp into it as well, which is pretty significant. This is one of those deck lists where it's really hard to figure out what to pack in, because 4 Glimpse the Core would be excellent, right? Just, it would be pretty good. Early ramp, or what we saw in that last game too, when you're up against a longer deck list, when you're up against mid-range or control, you can really pop off with the bottom ability, bring back some Discover, and just keep on searching because, you know, Virtuous Strength was on the board. Every one of our basics was tapping for 9 because it was 3 times and then 3 times, right? So then at that point, if we would have found the Doppelgang, copied more Virtues, copied more basics, I don't know if that's exactly what we would have wanted to do. We would have had like Doppelgang is 3. I think the 3 that I would have targeted was 1 Virtue. We don't need to target both of them. 1 of our basics, probably Forests, and then probably Lush Oasis as well. And we still had Spelunking on the board, so all those were coming in untapped, right? So once we got the Lush Oasis copying 3 times, that's 3 more damage. That also would have just helped us push the damage through with the swing that we had ready on the board as well. The basics would have tapped. Those would have been, I don't know. It depends because, yeah, a big part of it then would be bringing it back from the grave. And we were missing the Stormchaser's talent. We eventually saw it there at the very, very end, right? But the, yeah, the level 2. Then the Procession too. as a one of. Man, that made a lot of sense, huh? I mean, the games really did showcase the deck list well. And when we put this together on Twitch too, River's Rebuke showed off a little bit. It's decent. And the one of, you'll be happy to have this. Now, I'm playing an older version of River's Rebuke here, but this was reprinted in Foundations. There it is. I'm just double checking real quick for you guys. Yes, it was reprinted in Foundations. I just so happened to have an older version, so that's the one I'm playing, but keep an eye on your collection just in case. I guess after the most recent update, I guess they keep an eye on your collection for you, right? Well, don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% certain, but yeah, I think, let's say if you wanted 2 Rivers Rebuke and you had the old version and a new version, I think now they actually just let you play with 2 of the new versions, which is really nice. But yeah, just keep an eye on your collection just in case, right? Yeah, so the changes I would make depends on the meta that you're seeing. And guys, put it on the do not craft list, but that says nothing about the deck list, all right? Put it on the do not craft list because Final Fantasy's coming out like tomorrow. By the time this video goes up, Final Fantasy will be coming out probably tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'm blanking right now as to exactly when this video is releasing, but Final Fantasy is coming out soon. We have no idea what the meta is going to look like. No one knows what it's going to settle on. Is Final Fantasy going to shake up the meta? Who knows, bro? No one knows for at least a couple weeks after a new set releases. So again, says nothing about the deck list. Just I wouldn't craft anything for a while and see where the meta settles, right? And it is a little bit expensive too. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. We have rares on Stormchaser's talent. Doppelgang, of course, is a rare. And we have some uncommons with Glimpse the Core and Procession, which, by the way, could probably make the cut as a 2 of as well. And the suggestion in the Discord, I think it was a 4 of. So really leaning into the combo to bring back Doppelgang and kind of loop it through, right? Uncommon on Lookout. Stock Up is uncommon. Spelunking is uncommon. Invasion of Zendikar is uncommon. Aetherize is uncommon. Hey, not too bad, but yeah, uncommons do drain pretty fast. Now, some rares. Confluence, Stormchaser's Talent, Doppelgang, Mythics on Overlord, Virtue. Titania's Command is rare, and River's Rebuke is rare as well. And then the mana base isn't terrible either. Common with Hidden Cataract and Hidden Nursery. Lush Oasis is also a common. Cavernous Maw is uncommon. Fabled Passage is rare. Sunken Citadel is rare. You know, it's actually not terrible as far as Doppelgang lists go, right? This isn't terrible. Oh, guys, Titania's Command. What a little MVP sometimes. And I'll tell you what, that top ability to exit target player's graveyard is actually pretty crazy. Because even if you're not up against Omniscience or Reanimator or Golgari Graveyard, like we saw in that last game, even if you're not up against that stuff, there are going to be plenty of moments where you still exile like 8 cards from hyper aggro, right? Like they're just spamming their Monstrous Rage and their Burst Lightning and all this other stuff too. Like if you exile 8 cards, gain 8 life, and ramp with the Titania's Command, or get some bears down to chump their creatures, or trade into their monks and stuff, it's just no joke. I could see 2 Titania's Command quite successfully in here as well. So yeah, lots to say about the deck list, but also I would have loved to play like another 5 games too. I think there's even more to showcase here, right? Yeah, there's a lot going on. Really had a good time with it. There's a reason I chose this list as well to play as one of the last lists before the Final Fantasy set. It was a good time and I really wanted to showcase it. It probably doesn't change too much once Final Fantasy releases, right? But if you guys have been going through the Final Fantasy cards, let me know in the comments. Are there any cards that could work really well with Doppelgang? Because we're going to revisit Doppelgang at some point, so might as well do it with some new cards, right? So yeah, let me know if there's anything cool to copy from the upcoming set. All right, guys, enough rambling, huh? If you made it this far into the video, for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.